Greetings, YouTube, from Jaws Killerful Land. I know it's been since God knows when I've made my last video. I think the last time I made a video was sometime last year. Yeah, it was sometime last year, because I haven't even made a video in the year of 2025 yet. Yep. The entire year of 2025, I have not produced any content as of yet. I actually thought about, producing content, but I kind of got, unmotivated, and I got caught up in life. A lot of, things going on, working. I was also trying to go to school and take some classes. So, making content hasn't been the easiest thing for me, because, I'm just not one of those people who have mastered the art of managing your time correctly. But I'm back right now. I'm back, and I'm giving you guys what you've been waiting for the last 9 months, 10 months, somewhere around there. Anyway, to get into the meat of this video, what I wanted to discuss was myself and my outlook on, well, I wouldn't say outlook, but my future prospects for a better lifestyle, a more successful existence, I guess you can say, a more successful lifestyle. I'm sorry, a plane flying overhead, so I don't know if you guys will be able to hear me very clearly. Yeah, I live very close to the airport, so you're going to be hearing a lot of that. But like I was saying, future prospects on, just getting certain things done that I want to get done, and hitting certain milestones within a given frame of time. Now, I just want to say that right now I kind of have a huge problem. I'm not gonna lie, I've got a huge problem on my hands right now, and that problem that I have is I'm lacking the discipline, and I'm lacking the consistency. Hence why I haven't made videos in so long. Don't get me wrong, the drive, the drive and the ambition to accomplish certain things and to get certain things done is there. But when it comes to consistency and actually going forth with what it is what I want to do, executing, executing these plans that I have, I'm kind of in a standstill. And one of the reasons why is because growing up, I was pretty much the same way. I've had so many ambitions, so many goals. I mean, this isn't to say I haven't made any milestone, like accomplished anything in the last few months that I've spoken to you guys. I have, but it's not as much as I would have liked. It's not as much as I would have liked to have accomplished. And the reason why is because I never really practiced discipline. I never really trained myself into discipline. I haven't really, trained my brain into, staying focused. It's like I'm always getting distracted. I'm always, venturing off, I wouldn't say I'm fully venturing off, but kind of I'm always having my attention taken away from what I'm doing in the current moment, and drifting over to, something else that might interest me. Like this past semester in school, class I took was, very difficult. It was a pretty difficult class. Was a calculus class. Definitely nothing you could play around with, and definitely a class that you really need minimal distractions with. And also having to work on top of that kind of made things a hassle for me. Sorry, just got a whole bunch of crap in my throat. And while, there were moments where I did find, the strength, the ability to block out the noise in the background and push everything else to the side. It was definitely a challenge for me. Because with all these distractions, it took some of those vital pieces of time that I needed to study for my class and for whatever exams were coming up, or to complete whatever projects within a certain time frame. Luckily, my professor was nice enough, to give us until the very end of the semester for us to complete all 3 projects. I felt like I didn't really perform up to my potential. And, well, math has always been a very difficult subject for me. Math has never really been my strong suit. It's always been a subject that I have struggled in, even though I did pass my my last few math courses with some pretty high marks. Last semester I passed my pre-calculus class with a pretty high mark. So there's that. Art is some improvement, but now with these higher, more advanced levels of math, it's definitely going to require a lot. And even when I did, find myself locked in and fully focused on the work, I still found myself having a hard time understanding certain concepts with this class, with this calculus 1 class. Even when I was locked in and was able to get as much study time as I can, I still found a hard time understanding certain concepts. But the reason why I bring up not being able to stay fully focused is because those people who are in this world who are successful, and people who are successful entrepreneurs, people who may own successful businesses, people who are in successful careers, they had to be very focused and locked in to their craft in order to get to where they were. They had to be, dedicated and consistent in what they did. in order to bear the fruits of their labor. Like, like the saying always goes, practice makes perfect, and practice is a form of consistency. You have to practice whatever it is before you can, truly master it and truly crush whatever craft it is that you want to master. Once you master the craft, you can use that craft to probably teach other people who may be interested in that same field. Start a business, teaching other people, whatever. I mean, I'm not sure if that's the best business in today's society, but it's just an idea. Not saying it's the best business idea or the best business to start, but it's an idea. It's an idea that that you can think about. On top of that, I'm in a lot of debt. So while I do have it on my mind to pay it, I haven't been as focused on it as much as I should. So I have all kinds of debt you can think of, from tickets, mainly parking tickets, to credit card debt. And the funny thing about it is, at one point, I was completely debt-free. I had, paid off all my credit cards. I had no debt. I had no ticket. I had no governmental debt. That's something you definitely don't want to get into, because once you get into government, like especially with a vehicle, oh boy, God help you. I had no debt. But then a few years ago, this was actually a few years ago, that kind of led me to the position I'm in now. An incident happened where I'm not going to disclose what it is, but an incident happened that led me to have to spend money on my credit card for all my basic necessities, mainly food and mainly food and living. So that's how I ended up getting into the position that I'm in now, where I'm in loads of credit card debt, and I have to find a way to pay it back, along with all the government debt that I'm in. Sorry about that. My eyes kind of diverted because I saw a little strange bug on the floor, so forgive me for that. If I know it may look a little weird because I'm looking away from the camera, but yeah, I really have to really stay locked in. I really have to focus, just try to block out everything else that comes my way, whether it be other people asking me to help them. Nothing's wrong with helping people. You just have to know when to put your foot down and say no, when and where to when it's a good time, when you're able to help them and when you're not able to help them. Because if you can't help yourself, there's no way you're going to be able to help others. You have to make sure you save yourself from drowning before you can save another person from drowning. Whether it be that or any form of entertainment-based distractions. Like, you know, I was, you know, big into basketball this NBA season. You know, I was just, you know, locked into my team, watching my team's games. By the way, they lost last week. I, you know, definitely disappointed, and also fuck the team that beat them. But it's just, you know, finding a way to mitigate the distractions, because distractions are always going to be there. And hey, you know, you're definitely very likely to, you know, get distracted, and it's likely to capture your attention for a fraction of the time. But it's like, how do you handle it to, you know, not really get sucked into that distraction, and not, you know, go off course of what your main focus should be. That's something that I'm gonna have to work on. That's something that I'm working on. Also focusing on my health, because you guys probably don't notice, since I don't necessarily show my whole body in my videos, but I've definitely gained weight. Haven't been eating the healthiest, so that's something else I have to, you know, pay attention to. I have to have to exercise more. Definitely run more, lift some weights, lift some more weights, and just, you know, make sure I keep a healthy body, keep a healthy mind. You know, don't veer off course. Stay to the game plan. Think about what I want, which I already do, by the way. I think about my goals and my dreams almost every day. You know, wanting to be able to have freedom of time, freedom of money, being able to travel and go to wherever I want, whenever I want. I mean, hell, right now, if I was really locked in from the time I was young, shoot, I probably wouldn't even be here on this video talking about this right now. I'd probably be like, who knows, God knows, probably on the beach in Hawaii somewhere. If I was really focused, you know, and I really wasn't distracted. But you know, that's for another video. But anyway, that's all I want to say in this video. I just wanted to jump on here and, you know, let you know what's been going on, let you know that, you know, I'm okay. I'm still making videos. I haven't quit YouTube. You know, I'll always eventually come back. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I don't know when I'll be back to make another video, but until then, you guys be easy, stay safe, stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.